Hi folks, now I'm recording this before I go to Blackpool if I get there. It's Saturday and I thought I'd just chat about a couple of things that have happened over the last few days. So the first one was, there was yesterday at the protest a lady who was very passionate, and I'm not having a go at her, literally not. I didn't leave because of her, you'll hear it on the video, we're leaving anyway. But she was very passionate and she was filming me, and you know, when I see someone do film, just to reassure them, you'll see I went up and said it's the YouTube channel Street Arc, and she says yes or no. So at least that was one thing. And she was asking me again. I'm a bit sleepy, by the way. So at the time, so I can't remember exactly what I said. Again, I'm not having a go at her, but she's the only reason I'm doing this is because she wouldn't let me explain the situation. Now, she was saying what side you're on, blah blah blah, and I was saying I'm neutral, and YouTubers, most are by definition, or in fact most reporters in theory should be, because if you're taking a side, this is what I was trying to explain, if you take a side on anything, you have to stay on one particular side of the protest. And obviously, to be fair, I try, you know, if there's two groups, I try and film both sides as long as I don't feel unsafe. Or at least I try and film in the middle. I think, you know, I try and give an equal position and everything. Oh, by the way, before I carry on, this is just an important point. A lot of people you see, these fake, and they are fake, left-wing people will scream that we're fascists or right-wing or something. Simple evidence that we're not is if you watch the Rotherham riots, we were right-wing, would have never recorded it, would have deleted all the footage. We didn't. You know, we didn't sit there trying to make people, you know, edit in a way to make one side look like, you know, good and nothing happened. None of that happened. You'll see I just live streamed as much. I mean, the reception was terrible. And so, you know, if I was right wing, would I have kept that up? And that goes for the same as I can never pronounce it. I'll put a link to him because I'm going to chat about somebody in his video. He made a great one. I call him Banaman, but it's not Banaman. I always misquote. Everyone laughs at me, but I'll do it. Banana. I can't do it. I can't say it. My tongue goes well. But I'll put a link in the description so you know what I mean. And he did an excellent, look, must have spent hours editing. Must have spent hours. Better production value than the TV. Anyway, somebody accuses him of being right wing again. He was filming the protests, and even the clip he puts out, it certainly isn't editing that to make one side look good. You know what I mean? I mean, this is that's the example of why we're not right wing, you morons who are fake. And by the way, again, I'll go into the reason why they're fake left. And there are good people on the left who aren't fake. A quick example is, yeah, you can work it out. Fake people try and harass you. Oh, there's someone in front, sorry. They harass you, they try and stop you from recording. They bully you, they call you names. The true left are nice to you. They'll welcome you. They'll say, even if you're not on our side, come along and film. Which is what happened. There was two people who, I think, they were true left. I think even they starting to realise. In fact, a lot of the real left-wing people are starting to realise that there is this fake fascist group that pretend to be left-wing so they can be fascists. Anyway, well, I'm just going to go around the corner. Hang on, let's just see. See if they're walking the same direction. Oh Christ, I think they are. Might have to pause it, let me just see. Oh, hang on, I'm just going to walk past somebody and then we can carry on. I won't turn it off. Hi, they're all friendly, just come past. Oh, shut up, ignore him, he's just showing off, sorry. He's just showing off. Shush! Sorry, he's just been a big head. He gets good. He wants to play, he's friendly. But it's just he doesn't realise his size. And that's the trouble. And he goes silly and he can knock people over. Cheers. See you later. Come on, you, Mouthy. Right. Wait. I didn't want to, because it's a pain if I turn it on and off. Oh. Yes, I know. Big mouth. I wish you wouldn't do that. Anyway, so let's get back to it. Where was it up to? Oh yeah. Right. So let me just get back to, and again, I'm not having a go at her. She was passionate. I think all through the protest she was passionate. And she, unfortunately, when you're that passionate, I don't think she wanted to listen. She just wanted to tell her view. And it's happened before. You might have seen it at a few other protests. So again, it does happen. People might, they don't want to listen at first. And sometimes you have to be a bit rude to them to stop them talking so they can listen. So, just to make it clear, one, I'm neutral, because of that. But actually, if you want to know, do I take a side on these things? No. And this is something else. I think when people are passionate, they don't understand. Not everyone's got an emotional attachment to. Fair enough, she has. But, it's a bit like coming up to me and saying, oh, what football team are you passionate about? I don't have any interest in football, so I have zero interest in, there's no, I don't have any emotion to any football team, or if someone said that about a cricket team or anything. That's just me personally. If it was an animal rights thing, yeah, I'll be honest, I'd be more passionate. That's where, that's the thing I'm passionate about. So that's me being honest. You might not like that answer. You might say, I'm supposed to take one side or another. And that's me being honest with you folks. No point me lying. No point me, just doing it just to keep people happy. If it means everyone hates my guts, I have to be honest. And that's something that... Oh, so I just bashed the thing with the lead then. It's probably just spiked. But I think that sometimes people, when they listen to me chat, they seem to think I have to take their side regardless of 100%, and they get very upset when I say things that they don't agree with. And again, you're not forced to listen. I don't mind you in the comments, and by the way, I don't mind you saying I'm rubbish or whatever. My mate does it all the time, so he thinks it's boring, these vids, especially my chat, and I'm no problems at all. The only time I usually delete posts is when people start doxing people. People just like that guy who threatened me. I had a few people try and name him and post his address. I said, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having people doxed. It's not for me. That's why you might notice when I do these vids, even that guy who threatened me and went to court, I didn't post his name because I'm not doxing him. I don't want any harm to come to him, even though it was in the public, in the news. I mean, the only time I ever name, somebody is if it's mainstream news, and it's there anyway. So let's say somebody I knew was, I don't know, involved in a high-speed chase, and it was major news, or maybe even if I didn't know them, and I'd recorded it. Well, because it's been in the front pages and they'd named him, that's different to me because it's already out there, major, but, just a small story. I'm not going to name people. Again, that's my personal view. That's the act to me of a fascist, when you see, these, again, the fake left, who like to go around doxing people, like they've tried to, they've followed me before to see where my sister lives or I live or whatever, or my sister's kids. It's all very distinct. That's the tactic of fascism. So that's to be clear. So I've just rambled then, but just to be clear, there's most YouTubers will take a neutral stand because they can't or at least even if they have a personal view, they won't bring it into the video, because the moment they do, they can't film both sides, and the police will often tell them you have to stay on one side. You even might see it on some of the vids. The police have said to me, "Oh, over there," and when I say I'm neutral, I'm just filming. They go, "Fair enough." While others who might be filming, who are taking a side. It's like, this is why I didn't record it, but a while ago, not that long ago, after a court, well, it wasn't, it was a sort of court case. I was chatting to one of the pro-Palestine supporters, a nice lady who I believe is Muslim. She was in all the gear, and I was saying to her, she was talking about YouTube, and I was saying, well, why don't you do your own channel? Because I said you'd be very good at it. And she says, "Oh, people won't listen because I'm Muslim." I says, "They will, because she had a fantastic voice. She was intelligent. She was attractive. She sounded like a BBC presenter. So, I thought she'd done really well. She sounded like a professional broadcaster, if anything. But I said, if it was me, I'd do it neutral. But it's again how people want to do it. But I was explaining to her that, doing it neutral makes life a lot easier, because then you can chat to both sides. And you can play devil's advocate in some ways. Anyway, so that's just the first part. Again, not having a go at her. I didn't leave because of her, so I really aren't having a go at her. You can hear me on the video. I was saying I was going to leave anyway. I was tired. I'm running late today. Oh, someone's in front. Shall I carry on with this chat? Oh dear. Starting to rain. Anyway, that's just that. Second part is that guy who made threats. He's very upset because he's exposed himself. Now, let me explain why there's a lot of fake left-wing people. There's people out there who have decided to adopt fascism, but they call themselves anti-fascist or some other gunk. They all have these little titles to try and justify their fascist behaviour. And the reason they're fascist is, and you can spot them a mile off, they intimidate. That's an act of fascism, often dressing up in black or whatever, in like this sort of British fascist party look. They'll try and block the camera. They'll call you names. They'll intimidate. Well, like I said, intimidate. They try and stop the press, i.e. blocking the cameras. These are all acts of fascism. And in fact, this is why I'm referring to that banana. I'll again put it in. It's a good video. On it, there's at least 3 people who I'd argue who aren't good people. Who are, I wouldn't even say they're left-wing. They probably fancy themselves as left-wing. They probably go around saying, "Gosh, I'm jolly middle-class and left-wing." The fact that they were calling this guy a fascist and all this, or a Nazi, blocking his camera. I think there was 4 of them. A woman started blocking it. To me, none of these are left-wing. And in fact, what was impressive, and I think now because I class myself as a bit left-wing, and which I think upsets a lot, because I think I'm far more left-wing than, well, I am. I mean, you couldn't be, everyone's more left-wing than these so-called Antifa people or anti-fascist or whatever they are. Everyone is. If you're not part of them, you are literally more left-wing than them. Yeah. But anyway, there was a woman, and I suspect she'll be called out. I know what'll happen. They'll hate her guts because of what she said. Even on the video, it said they were sort of booing her a bit. If you watch, they were not happy because she was saying, "There's people filming, let them. There's nothing wrong with them filming." And I literally say, well done to her. She's brave, she's decent, she's left-wing. She's a good person. And later on, there was a bloke who stood next to her who was also saying, agreeing. Those are what I consider true left-wing people. Truly good. You might not agree with all the views. You might believe in, socialism, and which I'm not. I don't believe in that. I don't think, anyway, or communism or whatever. I can go into why it harms people from my own personal opinion now. I've seen people harmed by socialism. But anyway, that's why I'm against it. But yeah, for me, you see, I do see this. I mean, it's why I'm against unions, because people have asked me, oh, you must be pro-unions. I go, no, because in the 70s, I remember how, again, many acted in this fascist manner of, if you didn't go along with them, 100% you'd have your house smashed up if you didn't go along with their strike. And people still don't understand. They go, oh, but that's justified. I'm going, you're not really left-wing, mate. You're a thug, you're a fascist. Because if you was really left-wing, you'd appreciate everyone having different views, and you'd welcome people crossing the strike. I know that might not sound right to some, but that's for me. That's my personal view of what being left is. It means that you're open to everyone's beliefs. You look after everyone, even if one person has a different view. As long as it's not criminal. I mean, obviously, if they support massive murdering people, then yeah. But when it's something, political, if somebody wants to, go to work and everyone else on strike, you should welcome them. Because that's, to me, is what being left-wing is. You welcome everyone's view. You look after the small person. When they don't, when they have this thuggish mentality, that's not left-wing. That's just pure fascism, and I detest it. That's why I've always hated the... and by the way, the funny thing about unions, and I might talk about this later in this talk, another... one of the things about the left is how they don't get on with each other. And if you actually look at the unions, they don't actually get on with each other. The concept that unions are united is far from it. They're very distant. In fact, when I was at school, we did work experience, and the union people came in, and it was for a holiday company, by the way. I'm not sure they still exist. It was the business end, if I remember. I can't remember. I think it was the business side I was dealing with. And the union rep came in and said, we don't like the other unions. And it was very telling how they detested other unions. In fact, for 10 minutes, he was just telling, well, actually it was longer. He was telling me all about how he considered the other unions bad. And it always stuck with me, this, and I've seen it before, how unions do not agree with each other. So this concept that unions are united is the most ridiculous thing going. So, when people say to me, do I support unions? Well, unions don't support unions. They only support their own union. So it becomes a bit, why would you expect the public to support the unions if unions aren't united in their own ideology? But anyway, but yeah, what we have is that, I think someone's coming. Let me just check. Oh, hang on. I'll wait till they pass. Hello. It's alright, they're all friendly. It's just he's big. Don't jump up, Archie, though, you're muddy. Ooh, sorry, don't let him muddy you up. And don't let her jump up either. Sorry, oh, she's found the ball. Oh, she'll be happy. Come on, it's raining. And I'm late. There we go. So, going back. As I was saying, the concept, the modern way, is that if you look at a lot of these people who pretend to be anti-fascist, it's a cover. Just because they call themselves left-wing or anti-fascist or whatever they wish to call themselves doesn't mean they are. I can call myself a leaf. It doesn't make me a leaf. But by doing this, they've sort of convinced themselves that they're fighting this weird enemy which doesn't exist. And you'll notice a lot of the Antifa people, they're quite ugly. They were clearly bullied at school. They've got no social skills. They're sort of the people who are out of society who were bullied. And they've been an easy target to drag in because they've been told, you join this group, you automatically become intelligent, you automatically become nice, you automatically become popular. And they join, and you can be bullying others. And they do. I mean, I've been I chatted to a few on TIFF, and there is a book I've seen them quote that they actually justify fashion. They're not even denying it in some cases. They do admit to it. They see it as they're fighting fascism with fascism or something. It is a weird concept, but it's not something that they're denying. But they get pulled into this, and it is a cult. And we see this with the fake left wing. You'll see them. They don't have the ability to think or communicate. They just do mantra. They just repeat words. I mean, if you actually look at the people on the who claim to be pro-migrant or whatever, they actually don't have any beliefs. They just repeat words, and if anyone talks to them, they run off. Or people, and again, when you see an act of fascism, they'll block the cameras. They all view white working class people as racist and right wing or whatever. And don't forget about, and by the way, I mean the propaganda's there. If you look at the mayors, they've all put out, 3 mayors have put out a propaganda footage where it says that it shows a white working class male harassing a middle class woman in all 3 videos, which is to inform you that you should see all white working class males as a threat, as pure evil. And a few people didn't realise this, and I've been chatting to a few women who actually said, they thought this was a good video to put out, and I explained that, and they went, we never thought of it from that view. That is really disturbing. And I said, yeah, just watch all 3 videos and you judge for yourself what the real message is. Why is it always a white working class? Why not a white working class middle class guy? Why is it always, a white middle class guy? Why is it always somebody who's clearly working class and white and male? Why not a woman? Why is it this fear? Because, the concept that it's only white working class males who assault women is it's disturbing, because we know women assault women, women assault men. Doesn't matter your class, race, whatever. But to actually, to show it's always. I mean, even if you didn't want to, you were thinking, well, if we show a black male abuse, and you will get accused. But why not show a white middle class male? You see, that's the whole key. It's really important that. It's really important to see it is propaganda. And this is what people are being fed daily. And they're daily, and this is why you see people hate working class people who are white. And they see them as the enemy, and they're told anything white working class males, whatever they like, must be by definition right wing. So, when you see people who are literally have zero political thoughts, and they go to a sport event and they wave the Union Jack, that's then seen as racist. Nothing to do with them. They haven't got any political view. And in fact, we saw this in America, didn't we, folks? It doesn't just apply to England, where that young lad went just to I think, is it a football game, or I don't know, baseball or whatever, and they made him out to be a racist because he was just, him and his dad, who were just having a nice day out. They had to politicise it. And I think he's suing him, and good luck to him. I mean, really good luck to him. Because it was appalling. But again, this is, the more these things happen, more people, good people, but the real left wing are actually realising, and you're seeing this over and over, the left wing themselves are waking up to the fact there is this fascist element, and they're being hoodwinked into believing fascism is the way to go. And again, they are fully, again, going back to this video, you saw the hatred. These, 2 people originally come up to him, ordering the guy to stop filming, order him to leave. How more fascist can you be? And then later somebody calls him, and that's, again, this is a guy who filmed the Rotherham protest. If he was a right-winger, he would have not filmed it. He would not have uploaded it. He wouldn't be doing, and he even said it on the video, he was doing a full video of it. I wouldn't have filmed it. This is the most ridiculous. That's the evidence. You don't need to have any more evidence, do you, really? Because you'd have to explain that. Hang on, somebody's coming. Let's just see. Oh, silly runners. Let me just let them pass. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, so they're all friendly, don't worry.
Thank you very much.
Don't worry. Just ignore her. Oh, she's got a ball. It's all right, sweetheart. Oh, your dog's a bit nervous. Hang on. Oh, it's gone round. It should be able to get out. Millie, don't you be a bully. You might have to lift him over. Can you get him? Oh, if I walk on, at least I'll go this way and then she can come round. It's there. Come round, sweet. It's there. That's how she got under. It's his size. He's friendly, but they just, I think they panic. There we go. It's her who's the bully, the little one, to be honest. There we go. They all panic the size of him. You come as well. Ooh, little thug Miller. She likes to stand in front of dogs that are nervous. Just a cute little dog. You might notice Millie is very naughty to Ember, and they like to bully her. They used to do this to Migo, who was my mate. Well, I love that dog. It's a sheep dog. Well, mostly sheep dog, but it was lovely. Stayed with me all the time. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's the hello. There's an alpaca in that field there. I wondered where it was. I must have moved him round. Hello, sweetie. He's a cocky sod, to be honest. Surprised he isn't coming up to me. He's not shy. He's not shy, that one. I know, sweetie. Hopefully he's a pet. When I walk past these fields, I'm always a bit conscious when I always have to pretend they're pets when I'm vegetarian. One of the reasons I became vegetarian, I've probably said it before, is because when I go past fields with cows in, I used to make a fuss of them, and there's no way I could have eaten them after that when they're coming up, licking your hand and stuff, and you're feeding out your hands. But yeah, as I say, I mean, that guy the other day, he's an intelligent guy, so why would he do that on camera to show everyone? You'd have thought he'd have just come up and apologised, wouldn't you, folks? Sorry. Because people do. You might have seen in the past people have made fools of themselves. Oh, by the way, here's a little thing. I've said it before. You know when these wallers, these fake left-wing people, who bounce around trying to block you, like they did in the York University, and by the way, I don't believe any of them, or maybe one or two, support the pro-Palestinian thing. I honestly don't. I think they just went along because they thought it was a day out. The first week I went, they were all laughing. It was a joke to them, so you know what I mean? That's how much they thought about the people dying. They were laughing. I thought they were rather sick. But anyway, when they start bouncing around, for some reason they think they're stopping me filming. I always say this. I'm not interested at that point in the protest. I want to film them. So they do me a favour. That's when I get the views. It's like when this guy was abusive. Thank you. I've just got views. It was like when his friends... I can't hear him. He says, I got in his personal space. Hang on, someone's passing. Let me just get past. Dun, dun, dun. Hang on. One sec, folks. Hi. She's friendly, don't worry. There's one on the way. Come on. There we go. Another tinkle there. Now, like I said, when he came up to me with this abuse, which was bizarre. It did expose him. Oh, someone else is coming. Hang on. Let's just wait till pass. Ignore them, sorry. Sorry, it's just showing off. Your dog's a bit nervous. So just, go on. Come on, sweetie. Shall we walk past? I don't want to scare him on the road. He might run on the road. Shush! My mate's got one of those. They bully it non-stop, even though she's bigger. Yeah, it's a breed. It's alright. There we go. They're happy now. No, don't give me a bullet. Sorry. Cheers. That's her. Cheers. Hi. See that little so-and-so mine, she's a bit of a bully to other dogs. Oh, everyone goes, oh, she's cute. And I go, no, she's a bully. And they all laugh when I say that. They don't realise she is. Hang on. I just walking past some cards, so I don't know. I thought there's no point with cards, and because you might not hear me. Although I wasn't as loud as I thought. Where are we up to? Oh yeah. Yeah, he claimed that I was in his personal space. Now, when he said that, I had no option to upload the video again. And it's great, gets me views. So I have to thank him for that. Do I think he'd take his threat of, seriously? Of course. Again, a normal person wouldn't have made them threats. You only have to... It's what fascists do. That's the mentality. And the thing about people who've got this fascist mindset is they think everyone else is fascist and thuggery and into violence. It's... You actually saw somebody there, how they think, who was into that mindset. And how everybody, and people, by the way, on the protest were appalled by him. They've rejected this guy. A lot of people have told me, who are left-wing, completely don't want anything to do with this guy. They say this is not a nice person in any way, or his friends. They've all watched the video. They're appalled. That made them feel physically sick, what he did. But, as I always explain, these people think everyone else thinks like them. So for them, when they go around harassing people, making threats, no doubt I suspect one day him or one of his friends will assault me. I mean, we've already had one follow me to my sister's. That shows you the mindset. I mean, one assault. Well, no, two assaulted me that day. You see it on the video. The woman, if it was a woman, pushes several times the camera into me, assault, and then that fat bloke then rubs himself onto me, doesn't he? You can see that. I think that he was upset because I accused him of that, but unfortunately I filmed him doing it. He touched me with his ding-dong. There's no, I filmed that, it's there. He physically did it to push me over. And later, a few weeks later, another bloke who was also fat, we've never seen him before, did that to News Now Yorkshire in the same manner. So it must be something they're into. And I think he's got upset that I pointed that out, and that the fact that looks really weird. But it's on video, you decide yourself. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's normal. But again, oh, by the way, something, just an aside note, just shows you how kind they really are, because somebody sent me pictures, well, a link actually, to pictures of this fat bloke not that long ago. It was much slimmer, and it just shows you the kindness of these people. I mean, I don't like the guy in any way, but I don't want him to be unwell. And even somebody like me doesn't like him. I want the guy to lose weight and stop smoking, because he was chain smoking for his own health. I was watching him that day, and you can see it on the video. He looks to be smoking that roll-up stuff in the yellow packet, and he's doing it non-stop, and that is severely, he's going to be very ill with that. And it wasn't that long ago. From the pictures, it looked much slimmer. So, when people pretend to be nice in this fake way, even to their friends, I don't think they're particularly good people. You know, I'm here more concerned by the looks of it than these so-called fake friends seem to be, because you wouldn't let your friend get like that, would you, folks? You'd say no. You'd be very concerned, but again, that shows a difference. You see, all this exposes people, and again, one of the things about these fake left is they have to understand people don't think like them. They're not thugs, most people. They're not fascist. They're not sort of, real left-wing people would welcome. The whole point of being left-wing, if you want to know, is that you're open to debate, you're actually into free speech, even views you don't agree with. You'd actually stand by people. And this is why, hang on, someone's coming again. Back again, I'm nearly finished, but if you want to know when somebody's fake left, it's because they don't apply the same principles equally. So they'll laugh or try and block, they'll go around trying to stop certain people having a site on YouTube, Facebook or anything, or comedians, but they'll get upset when it's their own. Real left-wing people would actually say, no, I might fully disagree. They'd actually be, they would never say close down certain news sites or whatever. They'd actually be welcoming it. They'd welcome all views. This is why I argue I'm left-wing, because I believe I appreciate listening to all views, even those. Oh, I'm just running down here. I listen to people I disagree with, and in fact, this is why you'll notice why actually. Even though a lot of things I don't agree, I mean, she does agree, some things I agree with. Asharki, if I've pronounced the name correctly. I always support her because she sounds like she thinks about what she says. Unlike a lot of people just go mantra, repeat things that someone else has said as if they've said it. Hang on, somebody's there. It's why, hang on. Right, I'll leave it there, but hang on, someone's running past. Oh God, he's tall. Right, I'll leave it there, but yeah, that's why I like to, I do support people who think. That's why, people might be shocked when I sort of say, Ash Sarker, you shouldn't bully, you should listen to. Especially if you're on the, if you've got opposing views to her, she's worthy of listening to. And again, if you're left wing, it's worth listening to people who are, classed as right wing or whatever. But anyway, we'll leave it there because it's getting busy now. But I'm hoping that's cleared a few things up. All right then, folks. Bye.